Hey everyone, welcome back to Beyond the Screen. Today we're diving into comedy with the 40-year-old virgin. Spoilers ahead, so brace yourselves. Imagine if your closest buddies discovered you'd never even kissed until you hit 40. That's the hilariously awkward reality for Andy Stitzer, whose life is about as ordinary as a clearance rack in a bargain store. And his friends? They decide his love life is their group project. Let's set the stage. Andy Stitzer, our unsuspecting hero, works at an electronics store, spends his evenings conquering fantasy worlds on his computer, and tends to his prized collection of action figures like they're his only true companions. He's a soft-spoken guy whose greatest fear isn't heights or spiders, it's intimacy. While most 40-year-olds are busy climbing the corporate ladder or raising families, Andy is happily tucked away in his cozy bubble of solitude. But when his coworkers and lifelong pals learn that Andy is still a virgin, they declare an emergency that's about as subtle as a marching band at a library. Enter the meddling squad, a group of well-meaning but disastrously misguided friends who decide that it's high time to fix Andy's problem. Their idea of dating advice is like following a GPS that only knows shortcuts to chaos. First, they push him into the world of online dating, then into awkward speed dating sessions where every conversation feels like an awkward elevator ride with too many stops. Their methods are questionable, their execution even more so, and the results? Pure, unadulterated comedy gold. Just when you think things couldn't get any wilder, our boys ramp up the ridiculousness with a lesson in, well, extreme makeover dating style. Picture this. Andy is dragged into a series of dating scenarios that would make even the most seasoned rom-coms suffer from whiplash. There's the disastrous speed dating night where every conversation is punctuated by nervous giggles and painfully awkward silences. Then, a mishap at a local bar involving questionable pickup lines and one too many rounds of tequila. Each moment funnier and more cringeworthy than the last. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion. Except you're laughing because you know deep down the train is heading for a hilarious collision. And yes, if you think that's the worst of it, just wait until the infamous chest waxing scene, which is more painful than your first high school dance. But not every twist in Andy's story is steeped in embarrassment. Amidst the chaos, he meets Trish, a kind-hearted, genuine woman who sees beyond the awkward exterior. While his friends treat him like a problem to be solved, Trish treats him like a person with quirks and a surprisingly awesome eBay store. Their connection is the emotional heart of the film, a reminder that even in a sea of over-the-top antics, genuine affection can still shine through. It's the tender spark that makes us root for Andy, even as his friends orchestrate one misadventure after another. Trish isn't just another date on Andy's chaotic calendar. She's the grounding force that shows him it's okay to be vulnerable. And let's face it, who doesn't love a girl who sees your inner geek and adores it? Friends, fails, and freakouts. Now, let's talk about Andy's entourage. These guys are like a live-action how not to date guide. They're hilariously out of their depth, throwing advice around like confetti at a parade. Their plans include everything from setting up disastrous double dates to encouraging Andy to break out of his comfort zone with outrageous challenges that end up in laugh-out-loud disasters. It's a series of events that make every misstep seem epic, every awkward silence a scene worthy of replay. The result? A montage of dating disasters that leave you wondering if the best advice is to just laugh it off and try again. Between the wild dating sessions and the cringeworthy group interventions, the movie flows like a roller coaster of mishaps, each twist more absurd and every moment more endearingly offbeat than the last. As the film races toward its finale, Andy starts to break free from the suffocating expectations of his well-meaning but overzealous friends. Through a series of cringeworthy yet heartwarming escapades, from accidental encounters to self-discovery moments, he begins to realize that his value isn't defined by his past or by the misguided schemes of those around him. And yes, even the most humiliating mishaps, like that unforgettable chest-waxing fiasco, pave the way for him to finally embrace who he is. So, can a 40-year-old virgin survive his friend's hilariously terrible help and finally find love? Spoiler alert, he can. Though not without a few moments that'll make you laugh, cringe, and maybe even shed a tear of pure, unfiltered joy. In the end, the 40-year-old virgin isn't just about awkward encounters and over-the-top interventions. It's a celebration of finding your own pace in a world that's always rushing. Andy's journey is a wild ride, full of hilarious missteps, heartfelt moments, and the kind of absurdity that leaves you wondering, What if we all embraced our quirks instead of hiding them? Drop a comment below if you've ever had a dating disaster that felt straight out of this movie. And don't forget to subscribe for more recaps that celebrate the awkward, the funny, and the downright human.